See, I'm getting the hang of Zoom.
Yeah.
Kind of. I was just about to say good evening then, but it's not good evening for everybody, is it? Hello.
Hello.
Let's keep an eye on that.
Hello.
Hello, hello, hello. Andrea's having fun.
I can't figure out how to hold this thing.
Upside down, it's more fun. There you go.
And then I'm trying to figure out what my hair is doing. Oh, it's all right.
Oh, we don't worry about that.
No, not to worry.
Technology, eh? Technology. Where would we be without it, though? So,
Mm.
not sitting here talking to everyone from different locations, that's for sure.
Yes, true.
Right, we'll give it a couple of minutes because we threw the spanner in the works today and made it an hour earlier. So apologies for that. We have a kitchen witch thing on at 7 o'clock. So we had, it's a stupid busy month. June is just chaos. So it was where we could fit the chat in. So, but we did it. We did it. Yeah, I don't know which way's up this month.
Let me get more volume here.
Right. So how is everyone? You're good? Andrea, that was a face and a half. That says it all. You don't,
Yep, pretty much.
Yeah, don't need to give any more details. I hear you.
I may even get back to my lesson soon and finish my very last one that's been holding on now for 2 years. What the hell?
It's been brewing.
Yes, yes. Well, parts of it I've done. I just need to write it up. And then the ancestor class is hard for me. They don't want to talk to me. So
Oh,
okay.
It's just rude.
Yeah. I don't think they would approve. I know my grandmother didn't. I have my ancestor altar. I had it set up and I had a set of her pearls. They were paste, but she wore them all the time. And I thought, oh, great, that'll connect with grandma. Yeah, got nothing. And when I was putting the altar away, the pearls broke.
Oh.
Grandma spoke.
Grandma spoke and said,
Yeah.
Graham, don't do that. Okay, sorry, Grandma. She was very religious. She was a member of the LDS church.
Right.
And very devoutly Mormon.
Right.
Ray, what did you do to your legs? Oh, go out there, buddy.
Hello.
Hi, Karen.
Hi, Karen.
Hiya.
Hello. Sorry, I'm just sorting out people and messages and put that link there. Multitasking.
I'm trying to prop things up without the
Story
big
of my life,
collapse
honey.
happening.
Are you still in Cornwall, Karen?
Yes, can you see?
Oh, look at that
Oh.
view. What a view.
Very jealous.
Oh, it's gorgeous here. We come twice a year
Oh,
just so I can sit on the cliffs and watch the sea.
yes, please.
Oh, lovely.
Whereabouts are you right now?
Prethivi,
Okay,
which is
nice.
in between Tintagel and Boscastle.
Yes, yeah, very nice.
I'm on the campsite in our
Excellent.
little caravan.
Brilliant.
Oh, I've got my hat on.
You have.
I've been sat outside painting.
You can wear your hat if you want. We
I'll
don't
see
mind.
how it goes.
It'll keep the flying goddesses off.
I'm inside because I thought people would think I was quite mad if I sat outside, if they heard me talking.
Never stopped me before.
Yeah, no, me neither.
Here, I'll show you where I'm not, and it's not Cornwall. Yep, coming outside.
We're going for a walk, look.
Here we go.
Oh, well, that's a fantastic
nice.
view
Oh,
too.
look.
Look at that.
Wow.
Whereabouts are
can't-
you, Andrea?
This is in North Idaho.
Oh, that's
Beautiful.
lovely.
And here's my little garden that's out of control.
That is a
Gorgeous.
beautiful, isn't it? That's lovely.
And there's a little mountain over there somewhere.
Beautiful.
Just a little mountain.
And there's my dog who's just standing in the, what are you doing, dog? Is she?
I want to see the dog
Hey,
now.
bud, what you doing?
Admiring the view.
Oh,
She's
Checking there's
very
nothing
old.
around.
Freya, bug. Freya. Nothing.
Everything is
All right.
better to sleep. Yeah. It's been a hard day for you, Eric, hasn't it? Laying in the garden in the sun, doing nothing.
It has
Right.
rained so much this spring, which is good.
For the garden.
The aquifer needs it, and we need to keep the forest nice and wet so they don't
Right.
burn up.
Yeah.
But I'm ready for a little more heat. I don't like heat, but I'm ready for a little bit more.
Yeah. We did
Not
have
like the
sunshine
Southwest is
today.
getting though. No thanks.
We had I think probably our first summer day today, really.
It was hot, yeah.
Yeah.
Ness, you made it.
The weather looked nice for the Jubilee. We saw that on TV.
Oh, it was fantastic.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna I just clicked in to watch the Queen the band on
Me
CNN,
too.
and I ended up watching all of it. It was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Charles's speech made me cry. Yeah.
I know it did me. I cried
Yeah.
at that.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And most of our road next to us had a street party. A lot of the houses had bunting out and flags and
Yep.
things.
Oh,
Yeah, it's all good.
70 years. Wow.
Oh yeah, we're never going to
a
see
long
anything like
time.
that again, are we? It's
No,
not in our
never.
lifetime, yeah.
Well, we
No.
sure won't.
No. No.
That's-
that was good.
Unless we get a miracle pill or something and I live a lot longer. I'm not sure I want to do that.
No, I'd have to think about that, I think.
Maybe in my 20-year-old body.
Yeah, not now we're all
Yes.
falling apart.
If they can give me a new body that works properly,
Yeah.
I might consider
One that's 50 pounds lighter.
it.
Oh.
Like 3 stones. That'd be good. Losing 3 stones. Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you
I
don't
could.
get to eat,
I don't know
eat
how.
nice food. No, I'll stick with eating nice food.
Exactly. Well, I did keto for a while and I lost a lot of weight. And I kept telling, it was with the doctor even, and not that I'm that obese, but because I'm not really.
No, you're just curvy.
I'm
like
pretty
us.
normal sized.
We're curvy.
But I was like, oh, that'd be great. And so I did the keto for a while. I hated every second of it. Hated it. And I kept telling the lady who I was working with, the doctor I was working with, I said, okay, but I can't do this forever. Oh, no, it won't be forever, she said. I'm like, oh, okay.
That's the way it works.
And I think she thought I would just learn to love it.
Ah, right.
Yeah, it didn't.
No.
Gained it all back. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Diets. So yeah, you've got to change your eating habits, haven't you, rather than
Yeah.
diet. But most of them don't include cake, so I'm not interested.
Exactly. No cookies.
I was giving my dog loves ginger biscuits, and the vet was going mad, and I found them where they were wheat free, cereal free, and dairy free. So she let me give them the dog.
Was there anything left?
Well, ginger, just the
Invisible
ginger. I think.
biscuits.
They were a bit hard.
Yeah.
Did the dog like them?
Oh, she loved them. She loved them.
Dogs eat horrible things, so you know. So let's focus on what we're supposed to be talking about just for a brief moment. I know we'll go. I know we'll go off and directions, but it's absolutely fine. It's fab chatting with you guys about anything. So, Senua, how we doing with her?
I've
She of
just
the
painted her.
horde. She of the horde. Oh, look.
Oh, look.
Wow.
I painted her
Oh, I love it.
Very
Beautiful.
nice.
Very nice.
That's
with an
lovely.
owl. That's an owl, that bit in the corner.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, we can
Lovely
see.
owl.
And I've
And what's,
done.
what's
Oh.
Joanne got for us? Because Joanne's always got something.
No,
special for
I don't
us.
have much this month. It's very busy. The only owl I could find in my house was this can of rosé.
Excellent.
Excellent.
So I had to drink it.
We all have to make sacrifices to the
Yeah.
goddess.
I'm sure Senua was very pleased and slightly tipsy. Brilliant. Oh, you've got to work with what you've got to hand. It's brilliant. I love it. I don't think I've got anything owly.
I have a stuffed
Okay.
animal.
Tony bought me a key ring. Hang on a minute. I'll have to move to show you. I'll have to unplug you.
It sounds
Uh,
nasty.
Can you see it?
Oh, yes.
Oh,
very
that's
nice.
nice.
Excellent.
The blue
Oh.
belly.
Excellent.
It's
And
an
my
evil
friend
eye.
said
It has an
was,
evil eye protection built in. Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant.
I've just stuck an eye of Horot in the caravan door.
Literally.
Yeah. From Hippie Motors. It's a sticker.
Excellent. Right. Yes, Horde. Yes, because she's the one with what an amazing find. I mean, it was an amateur metal detector. Some bloke just wandering in a field with his metal detector. What a find! That must have been quite a shock for him, I would imagine.
Yeah.
I'd probably find an old pipe or something, nothing
Yeah.
exciting if I have a
I
bit of
find
luck.
an unexploded bomb or something.
Yeah.
We do get
I'd
those
find two
occasionally.
pennies or something.
Where I am in Portsmouth, it was bombed quite a lot. So we
Yeah.
we do get those occasionally, which is not so good. But I guess it's better to find them with your metal detector than otherwise.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Given the option.
I thought the statue was interesting, the one that they found with just the face and the arms of the
Yeah.
Yeah.
one that they found of her. I thought that one was quite interesting. I also think it's interesting how they decide what she was holding from basically
From that.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you go, oh yes, she was holding some ears of corn and a sacrificial cake. Yeah, how do
Okay.
you know that? Very clever. Lots of inscriptions too, wasn't there? Which is where they got the goddess's name from. And again,
She must have been a really important goddess at one point.
yeah, you would have thought so.
Yes.
'Cause there's offerings
That's
of gold and all
offerings.
sorts, isn't there, in this one? It's quite a rich source of offerings. Yeah, to the goddess Senua. Firmanus willingly fulfilled his vow.
So do you, well, they had the name on there, so they obviously knew who they were talking to. But then it said, then you have it down here that the Romans connected her with Minerva.
They connected all their goddesses with Minerva, I think.
I was just going to say that. Sulis as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
All
Well,
else
there's
fails
a
with
female
Minerva.
goddess. Let's call her whatever, Minerva. Yeah.
Well, that's true. That's right. They had lots of whoever Minerva on it there. Yeah.
I think they were very clever actually, because it must have brought the natives, the locals, on board by adopting the local deities.
Yeah.
Albeit that they then added Minerva or Apollo or whatever to the name. It was quite a clever move, really, to keep the locals on their side.
And then the Christians used it later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Oh, you have a
borrow
holiday
all
here?
their stuff.
So do we. We have a holiday here too.
Yeah, let's build this
that.
church on the ancient pagan site and perhaps they won't notice.
Yeah. No one will know. Okay, he wasn't really
This-
born in December, but let's go with it.
This looks like your owl, Karen.
It does, doesn't it?
Oh,
Yeah,
It's got the blue stone in the middle.
it does, doesn't it? That's almost identical. Ooh, spooky.
yeah. I wasn't looking when I did it because I've got nothing with me with being on holiday.
Right. Yeah, the Romans did do that. They did that an awful lot. And of course, the owl is one of Minerva's symbols as well, isn't it?
Yeah,
Right.
and the lion. My friend turned up with this cloak she'd found in a shop full of holes, but it had a double-headed lion clasp on it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was lovely. But seemingly, this woman had made the Queen a cape. She was on the TV, and she'd put a double-headed lion clasp on it.
Oh.
And I did a bit of research, and I found out the cloak, which she'd paid £20 for, was £165 on Etsy because it was a 1950s policeman's cloak.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my dad used to have one of those. I remember when I was very small, he had a really heavy black, dark blue black, really thick, I suppose it must have been woolen.
That's what this
cloak.
is.
Yeah.
Has he still got it?
No,
can sell it.
my mum chucked stuff out. But I do remember him when I was very small, I do remember him wearing it. It was really heavy.
Yeah,
Keep out the weather and the rain and everything.
yeah.
He was a policeman, not that he just wandered round just because he felt like
Fancy
it.
dress all the time.
Cosplay.
I love looking through junk shops and charity shops and things. Some of the stuff that we do whenever we have a Kitchen Witch day out, it usually involves charity shops.
Yeah.
So has anybody had any particular experiences with her?
Oh,
Other than owls. Sorry, go on.
no, it's fine, Karen. You go.
Oh, mine was just other than owls and lions turning up. No, and that's just it. You know,
That's just it, a lion
Yeah.
turning up on
Owls.
the doorstep.
I even saw an owl. I saw a little owl the other day hunting. I didn't think it was only I had to go onto my phone to check what animals, and when I saw it was a lion and owl, I thought, oh yeah, that explains it then. So carry on, please. Tell me.
Actually, I had a question on where the correspondences came from. Where do the correspondences come from?
My head. No,
I think
yeah,
with
we did.
all of them, because there's so little known about them, we did, didn't we? We looked at in how we viewed them really and how we connected with them.
To be fair, she's a water goddess.
Yeah.
So I researched plants and crystals and things that are associated with water.
Oh, fabulous.
But I didn't think this time, because I wrote the lesson, but I didn't think I'd connected with her much last year when we wrote the lesson. I didn't think I'd connected with her much this year either. And then a couple of days ago, I was meditating and I saw this red rose, just a red rose, that's all. And I thought, I'd asked for a goddess for help or to come forward to help me, and this red rose came up. And then yesterday I was going through the lesson to make my altar, and one of her plants is a rose, and I suddenly thought, oh, I've got a red rose plant in the garden.
Yeah.
Maybe it was Senua then. And I just you kind of just know that's right. As soon as it clicked, I knew that was right.
Yeah.
I had to go and ask my rose bush very nicely if I could have a flower.
It makes sense though, because I looked the photo that I took of the altar that I set up for her last year when we were working, when we wrote the course. It's covered in roses, but they're all out in my garden at the moment.
Wow.
All of the roses are out, so it kind of makes sense, really. And rose is a good all-round magical plant anyway for all sorts of things, isn't it?
Oh, they
Love,
are, yeah.
protection,
Yeah.
happiness and all sorts. So it does make sense, and associated with water, so that makes sense as well. But yeah, that none of them, I think with the more well-known goddesses like Hecate or Bridget, you can, over the years, over the centuries, people have made connections with her, and there are known correspondences or recognized correspondences, aren't there? But with most of these there just isn't. So yeah, we had to go with
More an intuitive feeling.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Which is how we like to work anyway with anything.
Yeah.
I always thought that people should discover, I mean, if the correspondence has a lot of history to it, like lavender for cleansing, you know, I mean, it used to be used to cleanse temples and
Yeah.
altars and all sorts of stuff. So you can see where that has come
Yeah,
through the
makes
ages. But
sense.
if it doesn't make sense to you, or if it doesn't have something like that already attached to it, you know, then what feels right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it has to be it has to make sense to you from your locality too.
Right.
It's no good me sort of saying, oh, St. John's wort, no, not St. John's wort, the root, John the Conqueror root doesn't grow here, doesn't grow in the UK. So to me, that wouldn't make a correspondence for anything or anybody, because it doesn't grow in the UK. White sage, we've mentioned it before, it doesn't grow in the UK, so I don't use it. So it wouldn't make sense to me. I think there are some, I mean, I work with Ganesha, he's up behind me, and so I use cinnamon and cardamom and cloves and things that don't grow in the UK.
Yeah.
But that kind of, I have to bring in his culture for that.
They're kitchen spices that you would
Yeah.
have anyway.
Yeah.
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 I've found since doing the course that I've taken a much bigger interest in like local herbs and plants and stuff. And when I'm out walking, I'm taking photos and then looking up what they are and everything and what they're used for.
That's good.
Good. I think it's really, really important. It's all about connection. And I think we spoke last time, didn't we, about the spirit of place and where you are located. And that includes all of the plants and the trees and everything that's in your area, even if it's just weeds. And that always baffles me. What's a weed? Why is it called a weed? What makes a weed? What makes a garden plant?
A weed is a plant that you didn't plant yourself.
Yeah.
That you didn't put it there, it just grew of its own accord.
Yeah. But why?
You know, I had
Lovely.
a botanist once. He explained, I can't remember his full definition because it was really good, sorry. But one part of it was weeds tend to be invasive and they'll take over and eliminate the population of the native plants. It was a really great, it was a sermon he was delivering at the Unitarian Church, actually. And he went through all this botany thing. They're really Sunday morning lectures at Unitarian Church. And then the very last bit, he said, and the biggest weed on the planet is probably humans. And we all went, ooh, he's right.
Yeah.
Because we will adapt, the weeds adapt to their environment. They'll take over the environment. They'll crush out the natives, plantings, and they'll make the environment their own, whether for better or worse. So
that sums it up, doesn't it? I hadn't thought about it like that's perfect.
Yeah.
Humans are an infestation, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
Yeah, definitely.
Tony, your dolls are dolls, is that the right word? Poppets?
Oh, they're gorgeous.
They are fantastic. They are so
They are gorgeous.
beautiful.
Yeah, they are.
Thank you.
I love them. They're amazing. What amount?
And your altars are as well.
Yes. Oh, yeah. I have altar envy every time Tony puts. In fact, I have house decoration envy every time Tony puts photos up. I'm getting you in to do all my Christmas decorations. Yeah, they are. Yeah.
I get a bit carried away. And because I have a 9-year-old that loves it, it makes you do it even more.
Yeah, that's lovely.
Sorry, just sorting the dog out. I did connect with Senua the first time round, but I think I've been so busy that I haven't really connected with her this time. I must be honest. It's just one of those things. No, I think really. But do have a go at making the hasty pudding, because it is
it's so
quick and
nice.
easy.
Is it?
It really is.
Is it easy? Because
Oh,
I'm really
yeah.
rubbish.
Oh, it's
No,
yeah.
it's just milk and butter and flour, and you mix it together in a saucepan.
Yeah.
Bring it to the boil, simmer for a couple of minutes, tip it in the dish, put loads of butter, sugar and brown sugar, isn't it, and cinnamon or nutmeg on top, and then grill it.
Right.
That's
Oh,
it.
is that all?
Oh,
That's it. No fancy
really
ingredients.
Hence the word.
Oh, wait, you
hasty.
had an egg, didn't you? But
Yeah.
I didn't use
Yeah,
that.
there's
I
an egg.
used the flaxseed because I don't eat.
I did eat quite a lot of it in one sitting.
I've forgotten how much I liked it.
But it is dates back to the 17th century. It's what I love, old English recipes. So I've got lots of cookbooks that historic ones, and that was one of those.
I'll try it then. I'll
I
try
think
it.
it's
If it's
just
easy, I'll try it.
People
Yeah.
making it with the few things that they had, really.
Right.
The thought of it in cornmeal just makes me kind of gag, though.
It was interesting when I was doing the bits of research for it. It said that the recipe went over to America, but yeah, you guys use cornmeal. I'm not sure how that would work, really.
That's probably why we don't have hasty pudding around here.
I'd stick with the all-purpose flour. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like a sweet roux.
Yes. Yeah. Well, it is. Yeah. It's a bechamel,
Mm.
basically. Yeah.
Yeah.
But kind of cross.
What's wrong with
between and
that?
a custard. Yeah. It's custard, basically. It's poor man's custard.
Poor man's custard.
Would we like to do the meditation?
Yeah.
We're going to do
What?
it anyway. I'm just asking. Yeah, that we don't stand on ceremony here. What you get is what you see is what you get. As Sue wrote the lesson and wrote the meditation, I will let you take it away, Sue.
Okay. Just wait for Heather to get ready.
Heather's going to bed. Night night.
See you, Heather.
I just got up an hour ago.
Just a brief
It's 10:30 in the morning here.
Oh, right.
Ready?
Go for it.
As the world around you dissipates, you find yourself standing on a grassy bank at the side of a wide stream. The clear water is babbling and bubbling along, and you can see through to the stony floor beneath. Breathe in the beautiful fresh air and take a moment to look around you. Stretching out across the width of the stream, you notice large, flat, grey rocks that seem to form stepping stones. You make your way to the edge of the stream and take a step out onto the first stone, and then forwards to the next stone, and again, taking each step slowly and carefully until you reach the other side. Step from the last stone up onto the grassy bank. This side of the stream has tall willow trees with their roots in the water and their branches stretching upwards, with long strands of leaves trailing downwards, dipping their tips into the water. You take a few steps forward and part some of the willow branches in front of you, sweeping them back like a curtain to reveal a large, round wooden portal. The centre of the door is formed from an equal arm solar cross, and around the edge are different symbols. At the top of the door is a downward facing triangle that you recognise as a symbol for water. You reach out and push the door. It creaks and slowly swings open. You find yourself standing on a worn earthen track that stretches before you towards a vast, dark forest. The sun is high in the clear blue sky, and you can feel a gentle breeze against your face. Either side of the path is flat grassy moorland, covered in grey rocks and wild flowers such as bluebells, mallow, comfrey and cowslips. You begin to slowly walk along the track and enter the forest. There is such a variety of trees growing here, and you recognise oak, ash, holly, birch and hazel. Rays of sunlight shine down through the branches of the trees towards the forest floor, giving you enough light to see clearly. You breathe in deeply and smell the earthy scent of trees and vegetation all around you. You can hear birds singing and the sound of small animals snuffling around in the undergrowth. As you walk further into the forest, you hear the sound of trickling water. Feeling curious, you make your way towards the sound and come to a small grassy glade surrounded by ancient gnarled yew trees. You enter the glade and see a spring of crystal clear water beside a large solitary oak tree. Sitting on a fallen log beneath the shady branches is a beautiful young woman. What does she look like to you? She smiles and beckons you forward. You walk towards her, and as you draw closer, she invites you to sit and rest for a while. You thank her and gratefully take a seat on the log. You sit together watching the water bubble out over the top of a pile of smooth grey rocks before trickling down into the spring. Rays of sunlight dance across the surface of the sparkling clear water. A deep feeling of peace washes over you, and you feel calm and relaxed. After a few minutes, the woman speaks. She tells you her name is Senua. She is the goddess of this spring. She asks you what it is you need to know. You tell her, and she suggests that you look again into the cool, clear water. You agree and gaze once more into the depths of the spring. And after a few moments, you see an image appear. As the image becomes clearer, you realize that it represents the answer to what you need to know. When you have finished, you thank Senua for her help. She gives you a gift, a small white pebble with the image you saw in the spring painted on it to remind you of your journey. You thank her again and bid Senua farewell. Then turn and make your way back out of the glade. You walk back down the worn track through the forest, which seems strangely silent now. You keep walking until you reach the point where you arrived. The round wooden portal that you originally stepped through is now in front of you. The door open, ready for you to step back through. Once you are through, the wooden door slowly swings closed behind you. Sweep the willow trees away and walk towards the edge of the stream. Step onto the first stepping stone, and then the next, and again until you are back across the stream. Back onto the riverbank at the other side, in the place that you began. Slowly and gently come back to the here and now. Wriggle your fingers and toes. And open your eyes.
I was just unmuting.
I was gonna say.
Clicking lots of buttons.
I was very naughty and collected pebbles on the beach yesterday and some shells,
We've all done it.
Yeah, been there, done that.
filling my pockets.
Is that illegal?
It is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Oh.
it is.
Yeah.
Well, but everybody does
gosh.
it.
Because they're part of our coastal defence, aren't they, against flooding and stuff.
yeah.
I think you're all right if you just
You're
take,
right for a
you know,
few.
a few in your pocket.
Yeah, I only
If you
took a
load up
few.
a whole shovels full into the back of your car, you're
That's the fun of going to the coast around here, is to look for agates.
okay. Do you get lots of them locally to you then?
Well, local is a matter of
Oh.
opinion, but
An hour's drive.
about 8.
Oh, okay.
Oh God.
Yeah,
Not
the
so
Oregon,
local
Washington coast would be 400 miles away.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
I'm
So you
landlocked.
better load up on your pedals.
Well, one year I went and it was sand dollars. They were everywhere. So I have a
Okay.
whole bowl of sand dollars.
I do have one, but I bought it.
I was going to say, yeah, I've got a couple, but I had to buy them.
What are they?
Sand dollars? I'll show you.
Oh, cool.
It's a fossil, basically, isn't it? It wasn't.
Yeah,
a
it's
creature.
the remnants of a creature.
I'm trying to
Yeah,
remember what
symbol.
the technical name is, but it's a snake.
Ectoskeleton or something.
Yeah, Eki something. Yeah, it
Becky
does
Thump.
begin with an ETH, doesn't it? I think there is
There
a
they are.
blog about them, isn't it? There's a blog on the Kitchen Witch blog about
Yeah, I wrote it
them.
years ago.
Yep.
Though. I can't remember it now.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Oh, that's a nice big one, isn't it?
I can't see it yet. Why
It
can't you?
looks a little bit like a small sea urchin, doesn't it?
Andrew, if you
Kind of
speak, then you
shape.
should come up on the main screen.
Oh, okay. Here I am
Ah,
talking
right.
now. There we go.
There it is.
Oh no, no, I've done something now. I've lost you. Oh yes, I can see it now.
Don't press any buttons.
Yeah, and they are very well, relatively speaking, fragile, and they feel like sand.
Oh right. I've never
And,
seen
but
one
they're
of
not.
those.
We don't get them
Oh,
naturally.
really?
It was.
Well, you need to come to the Oregon coast.
Yeah, we don't really.
Yeah.
We don't get them on our coastlines.
So,
We
let's see.
get shells
I've got a
and
whole-
pebbles, and some of our
Wow.
coastlines you have sea glass, which is beautiful.
Full. There we go.
Yeah, and hagstones as well.
Yeah.
I love that collection.
Yeah.
Show us again, Andrea.
Yeah, go on again.
Go on, show again.
There we go. There we go. It's backlit, so it's kind of
Oh,
bowl-
wow.
bowl of
Wow.
beautiful.
Excellent.
Yes, it's sitting in the west.
Pay a lot of money
Of the
for
room.
something like that over here, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you would.
Which is
Never.
funny, being as we're actually surrounded by
Yeah,
water. And we're quite small.
Yeah.
Not the right kind of water, I'm afraid.
No, obviously
Too
not.
cold.
Yeah,
Really
too
go.
cold. Yeah, I think it's perhaps difficult for us sometimes living in the UK to appreciate how small we are compared to America.
Uh,
Yeah.
Oops, I've lost myself.
Oh, there you go.
There we go. Yeah, when my dad was teaching at Manchester University, he was on sabbatical, so we lived in Manchester for the spring term, whatever that's called.
whereabouts did you live?
when we
I
did
lived
the-
in there. I lived there. Where do you live?
We lived in Northern,
Oh, that's not far from me.
yeah, Northern.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah,
right on.
it's only
My very
about
first,
3 miles from me at the most.
oh, okay,
Small
Yeah.
world. Small
maybe
world.
I
Yeah.
waved. I don't know. My first view of a proper old British manor house was Withenshaw Hall.
Oh, right.
We do have
We were
some
just kind of down the
impressive-
street
yeah.
from Withenshaw.
That's
We have
right.
some
Yeah.
impressive
It was like-
manor houses.
And I
and
fell in
stately
love with England ever since.
homes.
Well,
But,
if you fill your case with $C, it'll pay for your flight. You tell them when you get here.
yeah,
You fly Neptune
Dad
Air.
taught drama. And it was funny because he was teaching English melodrama to the English, which I thought was funny, but I'm like, really? Okay. But I don't remember where I was going with the story.
My brain goes like that all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, mine do.
I got sidetracked.
But we can do stately homes, we can do manor houses, we can do castles. We've got all of that in abundance.
Oh, I remember his students kept asking him, his drama students, did he go to Broadway to see the shows? And he'd look at him like, no. And so finally he explained that the distance from our town to Broadway is the same as Manchester to Cairo.
Oh, wow.
Bit of a trek.
And that our state is the size of England without Scotland attached.
Yeah, I
Right.
think
Goodness.
we don't have any concept really.
That brings it
Yeah.
home, doesn't
And
it?
at the time, Idaho had less than 1 million people in it.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So, and here we are in Manchester with.
We're
10
overcrowded.
I think it works both ways. I've had quite a lot of Americans expecting me to know everybody that lives in England. You must know them. You live in England.
She must know them.
We are small. We're not that small.
Not Iceland or something.
Yeah.
Although Although we were in a bistro in South Kensington once having lovely dinner. And the fellow next door to us said, "Are we from Canada?" And we said, "No," because our accent doesn't sound quite right for typical American, apparently. And I said, no, we're from Idaho, which is right next to Canada. So maybe that counts. He said, "Oh, we're in Idaho." And we're like, Moscow. Like, "Oh, yes." "How the hell do you know Moscow?" "We're quite a small town. And he's like, "Oh, my son went to WSU, which is in Pullman, which is 10 miles away."
Oh, yeah, it is a small world, see?
Oh,
Small world.
There you go. So the guy we sat down next to in South Ken,
Yeah.
son went to WSU. We have U of I here, University of Idaho, WSU. So 2 land-grant universities within 8 miles of each other in the middle of a wheat field.
So are you near Ohio?
No.
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 We are
I'm
near
no
Washington
good at
State.
Aaron, your
geography.
geography's as good as mine.
Yeah, it's really bad.
Yeah, bad.
We're near Washington State.
You're over that way. Ohio's that way, isn't it? Yeah.
My son went to uni in Ohio, Toledo. He went.
Never been to Ohio. Yeah.
Have you not? He
Nope.
played ice hockey there.
That's true.
That's why he went.
Yeah, we don't really have ice hockey over here, do we? It's not really something that people play over here.
My son's played for nearly 30 years.
Has he?
Well, two of them. And I've played.
Okay, we don't have any ice rinks near us at all, so that's a bit of a hang up for doing ice hockey without an ice rink.
Well, my eldest played for Great Britain. He went to play in South Africa, and I had no idea they'd got any ice rinks at all.
I didn't even know we had a team.
Hockey, yes. Ice hockey, yeah. I know.
Oh, the world. It's a confusing place.
It is.
That and geography.
Geography's I got unclassified in geography.
I did get my O level in it, but it was just scraped through, I think.
Oh no. I was out of the game altogether.
Bringing it back because
Sorry.
No, God, don't apologise. Please don't apologise. Just to make sure that I've actually covered some bits. Talk about wherever you like. Did anybody have an interesting meditation experience? I saw a moth, big wings and a moth. So I'm going to have think about that and what that means. But that's what I saw in the water.
I got a fish.
In the water? There's a surprise.
Yes, it was. A small fish.
And you being a fisherman as well.
Yes. Yes.
I got a
Do you
class.
recognise what type it is? It was.
No, just a little fish. Wasn't a particular one.
Not worth catching.
No, something wee.
Go back.
Sorry, Andrea, you got a...
A clasp, like a toggle clasp.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
Bringing together, holding something together. It'll mean something to you at some point. You'll go,
I'll figure it out eventually.
I was much taken with the oracular connection to Senua, because that island where she might have actually come from was noted for oracular. So it was very much sort of a gypsyish woman on the embankment, and she told me when I get back to draw a card, which I did, and it's the that one, which is actually
Star of Swans, yes.
Yeah.
Swans. Yeah, that's good.
Oh,
so it actually answers the question I was
Excellent. Brilliant.
It's sort of telling me to get up, get moving, do something, lazy, out.
move.
Yeah, the goddesses don't mince their words.
Get off your bum.
Basically, yes. Yeah, they're good at doing that. Yeah, her divination, her oracle side is interesting, isn't it? But I think that's what I connected with the more, I think, than anything else. I do like a bit of divination, so I think the owl kind of, to me, that represents divination as well. I don't know why. Wisdom, I guess.
Yeah.
Seeing, the all seeing into the, I mean, the owl can, it's freaky, isn't it? How it turns its head.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. Connection.
Has anybody done the salt though? Yes.
No, because I'm not at home.
You've got to make salt though with the ocean salt. How?
Say salt. We don't have any in Cornwall.
Yeah,
No salt.
they do make very nice sea salt, don't they? I bought Cornish sea salt.
Oh yeah, you can get all different flavours of it.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I don't think the flavours.
Tony,
In
I did.
copper.
I used the salt dough, and I ended up making little plaques, one for
Yeah.
each of the goddesses.
They were fabulous.
I just got a bit of a block on it for some reason. I just like don't know where to start.
Oh no, that can't happen to you. Crafting queen.
What happened?
Yeah, maybe it'll come to me later in the month.
I actually I ended up making plaques for every single one of them. So I've got mine's that one.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I ended up making, it's only about that size, it's upstairs at the minute, it's only about that size, but I ended up making one like that for each of the goddesses with the salt dough. But I actually liked Heather was weaving her away, and that's her one there at the top.
Yeah.
And it's Heather's looking, that's your one. It was like a mini cave that you made, didn't you? It ended up being a kind of offering altar, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know what you would call it.
It's called.
With little figures and a little fire and stuff in it. Yeah, it was like a little diorama thing, wasn't it? I was quite taken with that.
Does it last, salt dough?
Does
I
what,
made
sorry?
that one.
Say again, Karen.
Oh, sorry. Does it last like clay
yeah.
does?
Yeah, I've got some bits that are years old.
Oh, right.
With the
Varnished
amount
it.
of salt, you don't want to eat it.
No.
It will make you very sick. With the amount of salt that's in it, and you bake it till it's hard, it does. It lasts for ages and ages. Yeah, I've got bits that are years old, so yeah, it does last.
Oh, I'll try that when I get home.
You can add stuff to. I mean, I ended up painting mine, but you can mix glitter or colour into the actual dough, or even ground cinnamon or ground ginger to make it actually smell as well. It's good stuff, and the kids love playing with it as well.
I don't think I've made it since I was 5.
Kids really love it. It is
time.
such an easy thing to make, and it's quite nice to work with because it doesn't dry, not like air dry clay where you have to work really quickly before it dries.
Oh, really?
It's quite pliable. I've never made anything successful with clay. Yeah, it's good fun. It's good stuff to work with. But yeah, don't eat it. Excellent. If anybody has any questions as you go along, obviously you know where we are. Just throw the questions out there. If you make anything, do share your photos, because we get totally jealous looking at all of your creative endeavours and wishing we had far more patience than I do.
Yeah, especially the felt figures, because I have never ever been able to do felting.
I've never tried it.
No,
Yeah,
I love it. I love felting.
And what Karen's always got beautiful items coming up on
And
her
Tony.
page as well. And
Yeah, Tony's a lovely, really lovely.
and Joanne's arty stuff. Your banners, altar cloths.
Oh yeah, they're gorgeous.
They're beautiful. You guys are very talented. I don't have the patience for any of it. I'll bake the cakes.
What's
Yeah.
the one
there you go.
behind you, Joanne? Is it? What's the one behind you?
Oh, that's just an old one. It's just
It's lovely. I love the
Gorgeous
colours of it.
Colours, yeah.
It's lovely colours. Yeah, it is really nice colours, and it matches your shirt. So
Oh,
your
yes,
colour
Mum.
coordinated.
an hour.
Obviously.
I just finished a quilt top that took way too long. So
Oh,
now I have to get it
quilting. Yeah.
quilted.
I made one many years ago, but yeah, again, too much patience. I am in awe of people that can do
I
that.
can't figure out how to thread my sewing machines.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no,
it's
that's
half the battle,
awful.
isn't it? It is half the battle, threading the actual sewing machine. And not swearing at it and throwing it out the window.
Oh, well, that's half the fun.
It's not.
I hate it when it all knots up
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it does
And
it
if I
all the
don't break a
time.
needle on a project, then it's not a proper project.
Oh, right.
Something has gone
There's
wrong.
always got to be an offering. You've got to give some blood.
Yes.
So brilliant. Thank you so much for joining us again. These have turned into such a laugh. And it's so lovely to connect with you. And I actually got to meet the lovely Karen a couple of weeks ago at Witchfest Midlands, which was amazing to meet you face to face. There were hugs, there were laughs.
Oh, it was really good, wasn't it?
It was
Because we
brilliant.
met Jane as well.
We met some
which
other,
was
yeah, it was
lovely.
brilliant. It was fantastic.
Xenia.
Yeah,
It
was
was lovely.
really lovely. Oh, hello, dog. The dog says it's time to finish. Do you? So, thank you so much. We have one of my favourites next month. We have Bellissima next month, so we will do a chat next. I love her. I really connected with her, so I'm looking forward to that. As always, we're here if you need us. Dog's now pulling my arm. Come on.
I've got a long list now for when I get home.
So have a fantastic rest of the month, and we will see you all again here next month. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks a lot.
Take care.
Bye, everyone.
See you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.